If the media were good at doing their job,
yep,
as the fourth estate, they wouldn't need a government subsidy to make money.
Well, but hang on. You guys have got multi-millionaire backers. You haven't gone out into the marketplace and just got sponsorship.
My business partners,
yeah,
and my prime investors are private citizens.
Yeah, but that's not a commercially successful
I do not have a bottomless
operation.
pit of money. In fact, I have very strict financial controls and expectations, and they sit on the board of directors with me. And this is going to be a sustainable business. And it's going to be a business that's going to have to wash its face, pay back its investors, and move to profitability relatively quickly.
But can you not
That's
see
the thing that would keep me up at night if I wasn't sleeping so well.
But can you not see that there is at least some kind of, you may not see it as clearly, a parallel between taking a chunk of money from a family trust out of Tauranga or whatever the details are.
It's their business. Their charitable trust is completely separated from.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. I don't need to get into their details, so we won't worry about that. But just say taking a chunk of money to fund something for 2 years, which is what I think you said on RNZ from this area, and taking a chunk of money from this area. I mean, neither of those are a commercially viable entity yet. I mean, yours may grow into that, but you seem to rally against the one from the taxpayer, but be okay with taking it from the private.
Yeah, because the one from the taxpayer, the one from the taxpayer comes with strings attached.
Yeah.
And it does not encourage the media business to truly do its job independent of government. It creates a relationship which is erosive to the idea of independent media and an independent fourth estate.
So here's a question for you. How do I know that is the case for you now? How do I know, and I won't even mention their names because I don't want to get into their business, that company X, that are your business partners that have driven money into this.
No, they're people X and they've invested,
haven't got a bottom line that if you went there, they'd have a problem. How do I know that as a potential listener?
Okay, there is a bottom line. I'm going to reveal it to you today.
What's that?
They really don't like swearing.
Yeah, well, there you go. I was going to ask that. If I get up and go, how the fuck are you guys on your broadcast, which is free speech?
I'd rather you didn't say that.
And I was like, I can fuck it. This is fucking free speech. I can fucking you say fucking if
I
want.
Okay, you can, and you can be free to do that, but we wouldn't have you back on the platform.
Hang on. That's what's weird is why are you allowed to draw? No, I'm being serious now. Why are you allowed to draw a line into this free speech thing all of a sudden of swearing?
Because it's not free speech. It's public decency.
And I've just realised you're never going to play this on your platform now, are you? Because of all my fucks and that I just did. You can beat.
We're going to beat them all out. We're going to beat them all out. I'll have to pay someone to do that. You know, hang on.
You can pay me.
I will have someone to do that. Yeah.
I mean, you do see, I'm sure, that when we start to get into the details of these things, how we make big, and I'm not saying this in a bad way, but big grandiose kind of statements about things like free speech or things like, we're not woke and that. But when we actually drill down to it, there are limitations on free speech, and you guys are enforcing some by not allowing that person back on who are...
Enforcing. We're asking people not to swear or use foul language.
And if they do, you just said you wouldn't let them back on.
If they do, we'd beep it. We'd say, and I had a caller the other day who said the F word and the S word within 20 seconds. And I said, look, I'm sorry. I warned her after the F word. She said the S word. And I said, look, I've given you a fair crack. I'm just going to have to let you go.
So much like the world that is often rallied against, you also have lines in the sand.
Honestly, Pat, if this is the best you've got to catch me on Wackham's razor, I mean, I'm so relaxed.
No. I'm not trying to get you, Sean. I'm enjoying the chat. I'm trying to figure this out because what I hear so often, not from you, forget it, but people making, like I said, these big, like I'm into free speech. It was like, I think it was Rumble did the same thing. They started up this thing for free speech, and then they had all these rules about what you weren't and weren't allowed to do. So we're all putting strings attached to this free speech thing. You guys have got the strings on swearing.
We're just saying we don't encourage it. We'd rather you didn't, and we think for people to ring up and express their ideals and their feelings, even if I completely disagree with them, if they're good ideas and feelings. And I probably personally, compared with my business partners, am more relaxed about that, but there we go. That's a small price to pay for freedom. Freedom comes at a price, Pat. And on the platform, it is that you can't use the F word.
So mostly freedom.